I'll say beautiful Monday. Hope everyone is doing as well as could be. How's everybody doing? How is everyone doing? We're going to go ahead and get it cranked up here. Guys, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 8,000 likes. Let's get the shares up. We have the daily gift goal, which are the little love you very much. Go. We're live there. Okay. Shall we, guys? Shall we? Let's get it cranked up.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, he slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare.
What?
Truth hit hard like a punch in the air.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful
no
people?
plan, no script.
Hello. Thank you to all the beautiful people knocking out the daily gift goal.
Better know your stuff so you get revealed.
Let's keep running it up, guys.
Step in, don't you wanna?
Sparring with Santana. What up, B?
Claim on your background. Facts only if not get clapped down. Whether you're left or right, or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip.
What's going on, chat? Let's lock in.
Once, I'm snatching it off.
Tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 8,000 likes.
You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna?
Sparring with Santana.
Step in, you care. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick.
No cap, no
shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana.
Guys, welcome in. Guys. Welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box because, guys, MAGA. Oh, shit. I didn't even realize that. Hold on. Holy smokes. I always do that. Let me correct this. Let me get it correct real quick. Let's fix this. Hold on. Good catch. How's everybody doing? How's everyone's Monday? Let me fix this really quick. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Howdy, partner. I'm back. I got it. Got it. There we go. All right, guys. How are we? Guys, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Listen, I honestly had not even planned on actually being here. Thank you for the heart hands. Thank you for the heart hands. Who's that? Purdy? What up, Purdy? Thank you for the heart hands, Purdy. I did not plan on being here right now, right? Thank you for the corgi. But, guys, did anyone else see the press conference with Donald Trump? Did anyone else see that? Did anyone else get the sense that what this Trump administration is aiming to do is to further the military state that they're trying to create? So for anyone that missed it, in which this has been a whole conversation, right? Donald Trump talked about this, I guess, and you call it a truth or whatever, right? But Truth Social, he put it out on Twitter, all this other stuff, but he talked about the fact that DC is somewhat lawless, right? He talked about the premise that there needed to be more justice, control, all this other stuff as far as DC. We know that's not true. We know it's not true. But I believe it's because he's trying to further the military state. And you can talk about multiple reasons why I say that. I think Donald Trump's trying to further his authoritarian rule. And you can talk about that for a couple of different reasons, right? Whether you actually talk about the fact that, yes, he just took over DC, right? Fun, surprise, surprise. Not only is he able to deploy the National Guard, MAGA, I could have sworn you said that Nancy Pelosi, never mind. I'm not even going to get into that. Not even going to get into that one. Not only is he deploying the National Guard, but he's also taking over the police force. You can also talk about the fact that ICE raids are starting to increase, and we understand the actual money and budget that they put behind the ICE raids and ICE period. Hey, whatever your name is, Grumpy, blah, 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 I'm going to send you a request, and I'm also going to mute you because guess what? You don't get to yip yap from my chat. I don't know who you think I am, or you may be confused about what this is. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're friendly, don't request up because we're not talking to friendlies. But if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. Trump supporters, you don't get to yip yap in my chat. Period. Period. Sorry. Anywho, like I was saying, the amount of money they're putting into ICE and they're ramping up those ICE raids, we can talk about the fact that they're literally trying to put politicians in jail. Yes, they're trying to send the FBI after the Congress members from, I'm going to check it in just a second. They're trying to send the FBI after the Congress members from Texas who broke quorum, right? And then we can also talk about the fact that Trump is having his dictator dinners. He's meeting with Putin. He said he's going to Russia. I'm a little bit confused. Trump, are you giving Alaska back to Putin? Because I could have sworn the meeting was supposed to be in Alaska. But Trump, for some reason, kept saying it's going to be in Russia. So either one of something has to be true. Either Trump doesn't know where the meeting is, they changed the meeting to Russia but haven't actually told us, or they're just selling Alaska back to Russia. Which one? It's got to be one of them, right? It's got to be one of them. Also, we can talk about the fact that they're trying to purge troops from the U.S. military. We know what that's about. I don't even have to go into that. Don't even really have to go into that. But listen, MAGA, it's not all bad. You can absolutely admit Kamala was right. You can just say it. You can just say Kamala was right. Ooh, the black fragility. That's funny. Hey, one, Loki, no one cares what you have to say from the chat if you're not going to get in the box and use your big boy pants, right? Come up here and say it with your chest. Also, don't try to cultivate what I say. We know it's white fragility. Don't try to colonize my term. Anywho, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. We are only looking for Trump supporters. We're looking for some debates because, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. You guys absolutely are good. You guys are welcoming the military state. I'm going to get you up in a second. Real quick, guys, W's in the chat for Pretzel, the service dog, who sent $1 donation saying, good afternoon, bro. Good afternoon to you. Also, W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $5 donation to say, sup, cousin Santana. I'm here to get the daily live goal started. I'm listening to you while my boring team call. The amount of tap dancing these black team members are doing is crazy. I can absolutely believe it. I can absolutely believe it. Guys, W's in the chat for Jesse. Guys, if you like to support the live, you can do so at Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a YouTube super chat, and I will read that message out. And what up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? If you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that follow button and make sure you hit that like button. We're going to go ahead and get it going. Avery, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I voted Kamala. I just want to say I love what you do. I watch you and Parker all the time. And,
Thank you and Parker. Guys, please only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Listen, I love you all so much. If you are friendly, do all the wonderful things, right? Tap the screen, share the live, like do all the wonderful things. Also, I'm just going to say this. Listen, I appreciate any and everyone who supports what we are doing. We're all on the same side together, right? But please respect not only my boundaries, but other people's boundaries, right? Like, again, there's a time and place for friendlies or whatever the case may be, but please just respect the boundaries of the people who are hosting the lives. That's all I'm saying. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. I am only looking for some debates. This is Sparring with Santana. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Is it Elmore?
You got it, buddy.
Elmore, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir. I voted for him all 3 times.
Really? Okay, cool. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Elmore, quick question for you before we get into it. Do you know who I am?
No, I just was scrolling through TikTok.
Okay, that's fair. Listen, that's very fair. Elmore, so I'm assuming since you don't know who I am, I'm assuming you don't know what this is, right?
Nope, I just read what you said. MAGA welcomes a military state. Trump, DC takeover ICE raids. So I said, let me listen and see what they got going on. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, hey, you mind if I give you a quick introduction to not only who I am, but what this is?
Go ahead.
Perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. If you are not a Trump supporter, please do not request up. We're not talking to friendlies. We are only looking for some debates. If you're a friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also, if we can knock out this daily gift goal a couple more times, it'll push us out to the FYP. And listen, we got Elmore here. Elmore, so you voted for Trump 3 times, right? Elmore, what, if you don't mind me asking, what state did you vote out of?
I'm out of South Carolina.
Really? Okay, I'm from South Carolina. Are you from the upstate, Midlands, or Low Country?
Orangeburg.
Okay, OB. All right. And Elmore, you a black man?
Correct. No, I'm not black. I'm indigenous person. You know, black is the term is deaf. That's the true definition of it. Once you really study it, that's why we're at a low state. I study a lot of things, brother. You don't want to call yourself black.
Elmore, so you're indigenous.
Aboriginal, that's what you want to be. When you do that in with spirituality in how politics are written, if you classify yourself as black, you will stay at the bottom, and that's why people suffer. Our politicians know it, but they're paid. But we need to reclassify ourselves. So no, I'm not black.
So you're from Australia?
No, I'm not black. I mean, you look at me, I'm brown. I'm not black.
But you said you're Aborigine.
I'm an Aboriginal. I'm an Asiatic black person. I'm the original person of Earth. So are you. If you don't understand that, you hadn't studied. I mean, I can take you deep. I studied with the Moors. I studied with the Muslims. I've traveled the world.
Oh, you're a Moor.
Well, yeah, I've studied with them. You know, I spent over 5 years.
Are you a FBA? Foundation of Black American? Or I guess you wouldn't be because you don't call yourself black.
No, I've studied with a lot of groups over the past 10 years or so since I've been out the military.
Uh-huh.
And so, you know, I've spent many years in the Middle East. Like I said, I've traveled the world over 15 times. And once you start learning how things really operate with my military discipline, with being able to be on the outside of America to see what's going on, then you come back on the inside and you see it, and you see a lot of the mess. Yeah. And you know, he's not the perfect person. He has his BS too, Trump does, but with him not being so political and it was more balanced with real life.
Okay.
And as a human than a regular politician.
So let's get into it, right? All right, cool. That was a lot. That was absolutely a lot. Also, I'm not even going to go into the indigenous thing because you're not connected. So I'm not even going to run that play with you, whatever. I'm going to let you, you know, whatever in your head. We're not even here to talk about race. What we are here to talk about is the fact that Donald Trump is an authoritarian. Well, a wannabe authoritarian, but even more, like I heard you say something. You said that you served the military, right?
Correct.
First and foremost, thank you for your service. I appreciate you because that's something that I did not nor would ever be to be able to do. But question for you. As someone who took an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America, how do you align yourself with a man who not only has called for the dismantling of the Constitution, but who is actively trying to take an authoritarian role and shift the United States to a plutocracy?
It's complex, but in a nutshell, once again, from going outside, looking back in, America's been taken years ago. And what you have to understand is from how America was created through slavery and genocide, you got to understand G-side, you got to understand who sent those people here to control America. And those old families still have a lot of control. And the European countries made America. America didn't make the European countries like Britain, France, etc. So those people still got a lot of play. You see what's going on with the fighting in the Middle East and the people that can come into Congress and have a lot of play,
hey,
right?
So I'm sorry, what does this have to do with you actually supporting Donald Trump and the stance that he's taking today when it comes to being harmful to not only, you know, everyday Americans, but literally shifting the country from being for the people to for the super ultra wealthy and himself?
Well, it's always been that way. Once you understand who set up America.
I agree. It's always been that way in somewhat, but it's never been in a constant state where one, they're trying to, they're actively going against the Constitution, and then two, actively trying to take away from American citizens. Like, again, Donald Trump today is now taking over Washington, D.C. And whether we talk about him taking over Washington, D.C., whether we talk about him actually militarizing ICE, whether we talk about the AG of Texas trying to work in conjunction with the FBI to put politicians in jail, whether we talk about Donald Trump and his not so friendly, shouldn't be so friendly friendships with dictators, or even the fact that how do you feel about Donald Trump and the Trump administration telling veterans who applied for early retirement because they were told that they qualify for it, then because they've served our country for 15 to 18 years, and they were told, like, hey, you can apply for early retirement, yes, and then they're all of a sudden was told, nope, you can't do it anymore, and you no longer get access to your full retirement. You have to actually take a lump payout of a junior versus what you've actually earned from the time that you served in the military. What do you think about that?
They do that from time to time. Clinton done the same thing in the 90s. I worked with a lot of those veterans when I got out the military. I worked as a contract.
But what do you think about it?
It's the way they do the budgeting. I don't care for it. I think if you serve so many years, you should get your full retirement. But it's it's how it's written. You gotta be in the military to see how it's written. They make you sign a lot of paperwork. In all fairness, you're going to get something. They got new programs where you invest money. They're rewriting everything. And so I don't agree with it. If how it was written, if you do your 20 years, you get half for your pay, your base pay, whatever it was. So let's say you were making, if you were a general, you were making $15,000 a month, you're going to get $7,500 for life. And then your VA benefits, that's different. If you get hurt, you go through the VA, that's a different type of deal. Mm-hmm. And then you get, like, they have TRICARE, the healthcare. So what they're getting at, they're trying to make healthcare more universal now, because part of the big ticket was, if you retired or if you like a combat veteran such as myself, you get hurt, we take care of you no matter what. Well, now they're making that more universal. You don't have to do the whole 20 years to get the health care.
Yeah, let me push back on you for half a second. Let me push back on for half a second, because this was easily something you look up at government executive. You can find this, and there was even a Washington Post article written about it in 1992. And then also there was the American Presidency Project that was implemented in 1998. Long story short, yes, there were some actual calls to cut the military budget and multiple. I'm sorry, not military budget, but the actual retirement for the military under Clinton. But it looks like here that the administration actually redid or postponed the reductions in veterans' benefits as a part of a broader entitlement cuts to their budget. And since they actually did that, they ended up giving them an increase of 1.3% for veterans with disabilities and survivors. So not only did they not cut the retirement benefits for veterans, but they also gave them 1.3% increase.
They do that all the time. If you look at every year, they give you something with cost of living, et cetera, et cetera. I received the benefits.
Yeah, but you said that, because I said that Donald Trump, this Trump administration, is actually no longer giving certain members that said that they were told could apply for early retirement, not giving them their benefits. And you said, well, Clinton did it as well. And surprise, surprise, that's not true. Not only did Clinton not do it, but they also gave him a raise.
Early, it was every administration does something. What he did with the payouts in the 90s, they held it like when you had people, they couldn't get promoted. That was one way that they saved money during the Clinton administration.
Okay, that's cool. Again, help me. But listen, we're still going around the point. We're still going around the point.
Not.
Yes, we are. I need you to be really direct with me, Elmore. Are you okay with Donald Trump?
I'm not okay. I already said if
that's
you
all we needed then.
You should get your money. I don't agree with that part of it. If you serve,
perfect.
You should get your money. Yeah.
That's what I needed. So with that being said, why is it that Donald Trump, how could Donald Trump still have your support after him actively looking to turn the United States into a military state?
Once again, I'm going to go back to how it started. Once you understand that other people are controlling America, you understand what he's doing. You see, they tried to kill him. You see, they killed JFK when he said unalive. Excuse me. And so, like, how I can't even say what I want on here. The speech.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with this. This is a private app. This is TikTok. This is their TOS. It has nothing to do with your First Amendment right, freedom of speech. It has nothing to do with censorship, wokeness, any of that. This is literally a private entity, and they get to actually create their own TOS. So if you don't like it, you can just stay off the app. But this has nothing to do with any of that.
Well, I think we can disagree on that one. But what I'm
I mean, you can disagree with yourself, but that's literally the TikTok term of services.
Right. I'm gonna just get to something real quick.
Sure.
Once again, you see what they do to certain leaders. Dr. King, we can go on and on about certain good leaders. They trash you. They get all the dirt on you. They make you look bad. It gets to a lot of psychological warfare.
Are you saying that they gave Trump the King treatment?
No. See, you're not listening.
No. I'm just trying to clarify.
No, I'm about to clarify. Give me a second.
Okay, go ahead. You got it.
The other people that run this, that's been running these things for centuries, the only way to really deal with them is military control, because they will kill you. I mean, they will unalive you.
So you're good with Donald Trump actually turning the United States into a military state, because your premise is that the world is being ran by other people, other entities, and so it's okay for him to actually basically declare martial law and take over the United States in certain aspects.
In certain aspects, it may need to be done. You just saw what they try to do to children with the transgender issues in the school system.
Wait, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second.
You could not have it.
Hold on for a second.
It's not right.
Hold on for a second.
First
and foremost, you guys don't get to talk about quote unquote children anymore, because Donald Trump has the Epstein list and he refuses to release it. You can't talk about children anymore. You also can't talk about being, supporters of the police, supporters of the military, any of that, because literally your party is the party that is harmful to all of those things. So no, I don't want to hear you talk about kids until Donald Trump releases the Epstein list.
Let me tell you, when it comes to law enforcement, those were the people that kept us in the system we were for, and they help keep this thing running. So when it comes to police, if you're for the people, I'm for you. But if you're the type of person that would keep the same old from Jim Crow, if you got that mentality, you want to hide behind a badge to kill, unalive. When it comes to certain law enforcement, I don't care for them at all. I'll be quite frank about that. Same thing. But
what I'm saying is like what I'm referring to is the fact that Donald Trump pardoned violent insurrectors, right? Not only were they violent insurrectors and they attacked the police, but they literally tried to overthrow the United States government. So the point that I'm making is your party, not you specifically, but your party can't talk about being pro-police. You can't talk about backing the blue anymore. You guys can't talk about actually, honoring the military. And you also definitely can't talk about protecting kids, not when you guys refuse to release the Epstein list. So none of that flies. That's all I'm saying. You can go ahead and take that out of your Rolodex as far as words.
Right. Well, as far as me, I and once again, I don't like everything he's done, his in the party as a whole. I think that's something they should have released, regardless of who's in it, to have complete transparency so we wouldn't even be having this conversation we're having about it. You see what I'm saying? And that's
I agree, but Like, no, that's because it's him. It's because it's him. He's on the list and he doesn't want to release it. Anyway, let me read this off real quick. W's in the chat for Lotus. Lotus in a $2 YouTube super chat to say, put the book on Hotepery away. W's in the chat for Lotus, who sent that $2 YouTube super chat. Guys, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. All the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a YouTube super chat, and I will read that message out. Also, guys, there's like 751 of us hanging out. First and foremost, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. We are only talking to Trump supporters. We're not talking to friendly. So if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you look up at the top and you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. This is the main account now. This is the main account. So if you see the word follow up at the top, hit the follow button. If you see a gray heart, that means you haven't sent your daily heart. I mean, go ahead and send it. It's only one coin. It will help boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Do all the wonderful things. Keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 125,000 likes, and we'll keep it moving. All right, Elmore, I need you to bottom line this for me, because you are good with the position that Donald Trump is taking as far as really grasping a hold of the country and putting us into a quote unquote military state in a sense. I guess my question is, Elmore, where does it stop? Where does it stop for you? Are you good with a full-blown dictatorship?
No, but what I would like for long-term president, 10, 20 years. We switch out every 3 or 4 years. You can't get into anything done that way. And that's what keeps the corruption going on. If him and the generals and law enforcement, if they could come together, maybe have a military state for a few years, whatever it takes to get things in order, and to root the people out that keeps us in disarray.
Like
a lot
Trump?
Of things you're not going to see.
Wait, like Trump?
No. Think about the dossier that led to the insurrection. If the lie was never
dossier?
told, you're right. What one? The one Hillary made up. If that never happened, the insurrection would have never happened.
Wait, what? What?
If they weren't telling lies about him his whole first term, those people that supported him would have had nothing to go up there for. Some people understood what the intelligence.
Why did they go to the Capitol?
Because they know.
Why did they go to the Capitol?
About the Russian dossier the whole time.
No. They went to the Capitol on January 6th to actually stop the certification of the 2020 election. Literally, they called it lies. Literally, they called it "Stop the Steal" because they thought the election was stolen from Donald Trump. That has nothing to do with the Steele dossier. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
My brother, you're not looking at it deep enough, and that's what we
No. Maybe I don't have enough. I don't even have my tinfoil over here right now, so I'm not going to go into your conspiracy theories. The actual premise behind why they were in Washington, D.C., it was organized. It was for the Stop the Steal, where they were trying to stop the certification of the 2020 election. That's what it was about.
All right, and here I'm going to give you in a nutshell. If we have people in office for a longer term, a lot of the tricks they use to badmouth each other to get in office, that won't take place. Hillary and Obama and the Democrats didn't want him in there, so they started the fake dossier, which created turmoil.
What the fuck does the dossier have to do with Donald Trump and him actually trying to overthrow the United States government?
I'm going to explain it to you real simple from a military perspective, how it was looked at. You can take this any way you want it. When they saw what the former commander-in-chief used the military intelligence to do, that was just like a coup within itself, and that was the same line.
Donald Trump literally tried to coup the country. Literally.
And so did Obama for allowing that lie to take place.
How?
Because he allowed intelligence.
What did he do? How did he actually try to coup the country?
So you don't see what he allowed them to make up. So that then they ran that on the media nonstop his first term about him being in cahoots with Putin, and it was a lie. What does that have to do with the election in 2020? You're talking about 2016.
Because it led up to it. So what about the 4 years? Wait, what about the 4 years that Trump was in office? What about the 4 years that Trump was in office?
The lie never stopped.
What does that have to do? Donald Trump had power for 4 years. What does that have to do with anything?
because the insurgents were already in place. It takes time to root them out. That's why you need long-term officership at the highest level. And not forever.
Hold on for a second.
Not forever.
You like you're bugging.
And it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Hold on for a second, Elmore. Elmore. W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $2 donation saying, Buddy is trolling. Honestly, I would hope so, but there's no way he is. There's no way he is. I know that he believes this. I know he does.
Who's a troll? I'm not a troll. I'm the real thing.
I know. That's what I just said. I don't think you are.
Right. Well, hear what I'm going to say to people that's thinking that small.
I didn't do that. Hold on for a second. W's in the chat for Shay as well. Shay sent a $3 donation saying, "Good morning, Santana. Praying for your mental well-being this morning, day and month even." Yes. Listen, I tell you what, I feel like after this conversation, that was for Hector. W's in the chat though. I feel like after this conversation, I'm going to be saying, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Anywho, guys, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. All the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Hector, you want to say something?
I want to go back to something that he said. You're absolutely right, Elmore. If we did have a dictatorship, it would reduce the amount of propaganda that are used against candidates because it wouldn't matter. But yeah, you talked about how this longer terms, and if these presidents and their administrations were allowed to fully implement what they want to do, that it would reduce all the propaganda and lies and tricks that they use against each other. Yet you are the person who fell for all the tricks.
Every single one.
You're complaining about the problem when you're a product of said problem because you refuse to do some due diligence.
Yep.
And talking about the 2020 election being stolen, and that's why they allegedly went up to the Capitol. Well, that's why they went up to the Capitol, because of the alleged stealing, which is a bold-faced lie. This has been well documented. You trying to reduce it to the quote fake dossier? Did you not pay attention all throughout 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and the same reason those people got up and voted for him in 2024?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just crazy, man.
Can I respond to Hector?
We were waiting.
All right, Mr. Hector. Once again, I know things, and I was trained a certain way, and I was trained to look at America a certain way when I was outside with the military. And here's what I'm gonna say: if there wasn't a problem, we wouldn't be having the issues that we have. Now, can we agree on that?
If there wasn't what problem, then we wouldn't be having what issues? Get more specific.
Issues within the government, people doing what they shouldn't be doing on both sides, all sides. And so when it comes to greed,
Elmore, real quick, are you a member of Q?
No.
Okay, just verifying. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now, with that being said, and to make this official, the only thing I've ever been a member of is the military. No fraternities. I'm not in the Masonic order. I'm not in nothing. I study with them, but I'm not officially with anybody.
Just volunteering a bunch of information you didn't ask for.
I'm just because I don't want you to have to ask again. I'm a part of nothing but myself, and I seek knowledge. Now, back to you. You got to go to the root of whatever. You just can't jump in wherever you want to try to solve anything. But what I'm gonna say in a nutshell, we got issues here, and you're gonna have
thank you for the well diving.
And I don't know if you can't see to understand it, if you're not privy to certain types of information, you're only gonna see what you see.
What type of information are you privy to, Elmore?
That's what I'm waiting on.
Well,
because you keep talking as if like how long have you been out of the military?
For a few years, but I've got a lot of buddies.
What's a few years?
When
did you retire?
Active, I've been out. I think I just hit about 10 years. I've been out of the active realm, but I deal with them all the time. So I talk to people. Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't been active military in over 10 years.
Correct.
What about security clearances? When do you still have any type of security clearances?
No, I don't need one for the people I talk to.
Okay, so no, I'm just saying you don't have. What was the highest level security clearance that you had while in the military?
Just a secret.
What does that mean?
What you got different levels. You got interim, you got secret, then you got like a top secret, then you like a special top secret. And that just means you can be in the room, like with my level, you could be in the room where certain information is given, depending on your
level 2.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're not confidential, you're secret, but you're not top secret. So authorizes the disclosure of information classified as secret could seriously damage, cause serious damage to national security. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay. And that was 10 years ago, and you said you learned information that privied you to the way that you position yourself now.
Well, once again, I still talk to a lot of people. I go on the base when I get ready. I'm still talking to military people.
I do too.
And so with that being said, everybody, the certain generations, they've got their view on it. You talk to more, European folks in the military, they're going to have their view, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's what we are as a great part of this nation. But we got to come to terms to how things need to be handled. And so we can go on and on about my level, who I talk to, who I don't talk to. Do I talk to colonels? Do I talk to generals? We can go on and on.
You're the one who brought it up. So that's the reason why Santana asked about what your clearance was, because you said if you've been in my shoes, however you said it. Here's a fun thing about everything you just said there. While I have no doubt that you had a particular type of clearance that the average American...
Also, just FYI, I have, I had L clearance. You know what that is, Elmore?
No.
Look it up. Anyway, go ahead, Hector.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you had clearance of things that the average American does not know. I have this thing called Google, and I have an easy way to access publicly available information that I don't really need your top secret information to prove that Donald Trump is a clown. It's going back to 2020. What secret level information could you have that can expand on or justify the fake electors plot?
He's been like glossing over that, like that didn't even happen. Like he keeps talking about the Steele dossiers, but he's like glossing over the fact that literally it was quote unquote stop the steal. Donald Trump sent him there because he felt like the election was rigged. It had nothing to do with the actual quote unquote persecution or investigations into Donald Trump. But for some reason, he's like leaning on it. Anyway, go ahead and answer this question, Elmore.
Well, a lot of people thought that way. And that's why they went there. They went there and it wasn't just at the end. Once again, you got to go to the beginning of it. And so because you got to look at how the media portrayed Trump and how that stuff was pushed that entire time.
Trump as
it was.
The media portrayed Trump as a clown. The media portrayed Trump as all kinds of things that he was. Can you give me?
Why is he back in the White House?
You really didn't answer my question, but that's perfectly fine.
There's a reason he's back in the White House.
He's back in the White House because the United States of America is a racist and sexist country that would rather vote for a 34-count felon, someone who is an adjudicated rapist, someone who has 26 credible claims of SA, someone who is a racist, someone who's a classist, someone who's a fascist, all of those instead of giving a black woman power. Also, they're stupid. They don't understand inflation. And, that's why they're more susceptible. And there's people like you, Elmore, sorry, but people like you that are easily susceptible to misinformation and disinformation. Literally, you've been propagandized. You went down some type of weird rabbit hole. You think that you're, on some 33rd level or whatever the case may be. And like, you think that you have cracked the code. You got the Da Vinci Code. Listen. It ain't you, boss. Sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
Those are your thoughts. And I guess that's to keep your show going, but you're far from it. And I tell you something.
Thank you, Erica, for the 5. They only told Elmore the weather. He don't know any secrets. I just have one question, Elmore. One question. Everyone wants to talk about lies, liberal lies. Can you give me one lie that the Democrats or the left told about Donald Trump? One big lie. Actually, I don't care if it's a small one. Just give me a lie.
The Steele dossier, the Russian
Can you
collusion.
give me a lie that's not that? Because that wasn't a lie.
That was a lie.
Not to mention, same thing with Russian collusion. Y'all say that was a lie. It was alleged that he may have been involved. And to be clear, that's still true. And we very much did have Russian collusion. They just couldn't tie Trump to it. That's a well-documented case as well. Give me a lie, my guy.
I gave it to you.
Nope.
Now, you don't want to believe it, but I gave it to you.
Nope. Give me another one.
I don't have to look for no more. I gave you one.
I didn't ask you to look for anything. You should have this in your head.
I don't need to have it in my head. I'm not here to how I want to say it. I just was scrolling through TikTok. I saw the guy wanted to chit chat, but far as me going back and forth looking for small little things, and I'm not going to do that.
Fine. Let's play with your first lie. Let's play with your first lie, the Steele dossier. So, what was the premise of what that was? Give me a brief AI overview of what the Steele dossier was.
From my knowledge and this media now, because, once again, my clearance only could tell me the weather. So let's go off of what's on the media and what you can AI and Google. They're saying that.
What did you AI and Google?
Nothing.
So you didn't AI and Google shit?
For what?
Okay, cool. Just as long as we set the baseline that you didn't actually do any type of research. Cool, go ahead.
How can you research when stuff is based off a lie? Look at the people in media that preach that, and then it was a lie.
Elmore, everything's a conspiracy theory when you don't understand anything. Anyway, go ahead and finish talking to the people.
Well, that's a lot from a guy that don't know that we're not black. But, so that's why I know a lot of stuff.
You absolutely are not indigenous. You don't know what you're talking about. And I didn't want to actually chase that down with you because who gives a shit about the FBA stuff that you're talking about? That doesn't make sense. Lock in, bud.
We are the original people of Earth.
Elmore, stop trying to deflect and lock into what Hector just said. Answer the question. What was the Steele dossier about?
It was based off deals from my knowledge.
Deals? You want to what are you Googling this shit right now?
No, he's not, because he's already admitted that he doesn't Google stuff.
No, I said I didn't run down that. But from everything they said the past 6 years or whatever now, off the tip of my tongue, I'm not even gonna try to explain it properly. But off the tip of my tongue, what I can tell you is it didn't add up. It didn't. Okay. In fact, I even stopped paying attention.
I've heard you say Steele dossier up here like 27 different times, and I ask you what it is, and you're fumbling like a mofo. I think this is
at the beginning, it's a lie. That's why you're trying to pick it.
No, it's not a lie. This is literally why I asked you what it is.
Person that only has
this is literally why I asked you what it is. Elmore, since you clearly don't understand fully what the Steele dossier is, I'll tell you.
Webster, explain it.
Elmore, chill. Go ahead, Hector.
The Steele dossier was where Christopher Steele alleged that the Trump administration was directly involved in conspiring with Russia to get him elected, right? Now, while the direct correlation between Trump specifically and Russia was not made in the case, there were Trump officials that were found to be guilty of working with Russia to get him elected. It is undeniable that Russia favored Trump over Hillary. It is undeniable of
the Galaxy Party.
Shoot, I forgot their name. Give me a second to get their name. Of the two people, one specifically was arrested under Obama, I think, and then the next one was arrested under the Trump administration, a woman, for conspiring with Russia. That part was not true. And then it was found in 2016, 2020, and 2024 that they were directly involved in our elections. So the only discrepancy there was tying Trump to it, but there very much was Russian collusion with some of his cabinet members.
Absolutely. Anything, Elmore. Do you have any feedback
because
from what Hector just
everybody
gave you?
colludes just like the lobbyists. Everybody does something. So I mean, we can go back and forth about that. That's small stuff. It gets big, but you know they do that all. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, that's nothing new.
Can you
What's
tell me
new about it?
what country conspired with the Democratic Party to get them elected?
Paul Manafort. That's who you were talking about.
Ah, thank you.
Yep. W's in the chat for YouTube. They jumped on it.
There's a woman as well. I'm trying to find her name.
W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $2 donation. Santana, he's trolling. His page has 4 repost videos, of which is an AI voiceover. His last video he posted was on August 19, 2024. His page comes across as FBA. Yeah, listen, I thought that he was FBA as well, but he doesn't consider himself black, but he said that he studied with the Moors and all these other people. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, he's there, Jesse. I get it. He's one of those. Also, W's in the chat for E. E sent a $5 donation, said, ask Elmore if he's ever heard a lie. Did he fucking run? He ran. Yeah, he did. He ran. W's in the chat. Guys, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Santana Speaks for You, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and also you can actually support the live with a YouTube super chat, and I will go ahead and read that message out. Jax, are you a Trump supporter?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
But
apparently he got Thanos for misinformation. Okay, you said you were, but you're not now?
Right. When next year when it comes in, I'm gonna vote Democrat.
Okay, cool.
But I want to come up here Santana to get a hold of that.
I appreciate you coming up, Jax, but we're only looking for some debates. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter and you still support Donald Trump today, because listen, I have questions. I need answers. I need to know why, as a Trump supporter, as someone that voted for Trump, as someone that supports Trump today, how in the hell, just how in the hell? Like, that's the question. Hector, are you hanging out?
Yeah, I can for a little bit.
Okay, as long as you got time. I gotta understand this, because we get it, right? The fact that Donald Trump is turning the United States into a military state, whether we talk about the takeover of DC, whether we talk about the fact that ICE raids are increasing, and you could talk about the amount of money that they're putting behind ICE. We can also talk about the fact that they're looking to jail political opponents. We can talk about the fact that he's having dinner with dictators, or we can even talk about them purging troops. All of it is within bounds. Michael, are you a Trump supporter?
Dude, I'm on shrooms right now. I'm like tripping balls. Okay. Like, that's cool. My God.
I don't understand why you weird. Think I give a fuck. You're not funny.
Hey man, Santana, let him have his fun. He likes to get the tripping and listen to black men. It's his thing. It's his king.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it. If you want to, like, sure. I don't know. People think they're funny and they're not. That bothers me. That bothers me when people that aren't funny think they are funny.
I am not a comedian. I just have funny moments.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to at least 200. We don't have to spam share the live. Just share it out maybe once. It'll help boost the live. Also, can we knock out the donuts? And please take care of Hector. Hector's hanging out here. Take care of Hector while Hector is here. Let's show him some love. Let's get his gifts up, and also let's hit his pay links, right? Hector also has like a shop. You can buy some really cool stuff. He has some hats. I can't wait till I get my hat. But yeah, take care of Hector while he's here. Say it again.
Ordered it yesterday.
Yep. All right, guys. Again, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. How are politicians being jailed? Jenna, are you a Trump supporter? If you're a Trump supporter, you can get in the box. I'll explain it to you. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box.
Oh, does she not know?
I don't think she knows. I don't think she
Jenna,
does.
Did Fox News not tell you?
Fox News did not let them know. I think it's wild that any Trump supporter would actually still support what they're trying to do, right? And Hector, can we talk about the fact that, like, not only are they trying to redraw the maps in Texas, but what they're doing in Texas is going to directly bite them in the ass, right? Because you have New York, you have California, you have Maryland, like multiple states that are saying, okay, we're going to fight fire with fire and we're going to redraw our maps.
As they should. And I hope they follow through with it if it passes. Let's also talk about how this administration is just casually going, screw every MAGA or red person in blue states. Because they're the ones who are going to suffer when they respond to the redistricting in Texas.
You know what's even, so I don't know if you saw this, Hector, but so Donald Trump has called for the need to do a mid-century census. Did you see that?
I did.
You know what he's trying to do, right?
I'll tell you exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to give less money to schools. that's what he's trying to do.
I think that's a byproduct.
That's true. What's the main thing?
Well, first and foremost, he's trying to actually push the initiative that undocumented immigrants will no longer be counted in the census, right? He's saying that they shouldn't be counted as a part of the census, which we understand that, yes, the United States Census does include undocumented immigrants. But they're trying to use it to justify certain voting, certain funding, multiple things, including how they can actually, quote unquote, redraw certain aspects of the voter section within the United States. So they're just looking to deep dive it and see where else they can, quote unquote, pick up some seats and figure that part out. But like the big thing is them making sure that undocumented immigrants are no longer counted in the census.
Yeah, he tried to do it in 2020 through executive order, and thankfully that did not work, and he didn't win that election. But we should have expected that this time around, and to be fair, we did. But I just want to remind you guys, especially in the districts where you're barely already receiving funding as it is, you should thank undocumented migrants for the money that you're getting.
Yes.
Congratulations. It's undocumented migrants who give you additional money for your kids, for school supplies, lunches, even other federal aid. So
I like Hector, the wild thing is, if it wasn't for undocumented immigrants, these red states, especially these southern red states, they literally would be out of business. Like we see what happened when Florida tried to implement the policy that they're looking to implement nationwide with this mass deportation. And not only did Florida take a massive hit to their economy, but their inflation rate rose, their food started rotting because they didn't have anyone to take care of it. And overall, the quality of life kind of slipped off in Florida because of the actual efforts of Ron DeSantis. And they're looking to do this now on a nationwide level.
Precisely. And they just may succeed.
Yeah.
I'm not here to play anybody. They just may succeed.
The thing that I don't understand, and again, I'm hoping that MAGA, I'm hoping Trump supporters, someone get in the box and explain this to me, because I don't understand how you guys are still okay with like all the harmful stuff that's happening, right? Where's the red line for MAGA? Because it wasn't trying to overthrow the government and steal the election. It wasn't when Donald Trump literally said that he was going to take over Gaza and turn it into a hotel strip. It wasn't when he refused to actually release the Epstein files like he said he was, right? It's not a red line for you that the economy sucks and that prices are going up. You guys now are justifying the higher prices. I don't understand it. Where's the red line? Where does it stop?
Oh yeah, the higher prices matter for long-term financial gain for the government and MAGA. But we've been using this argument forever when it comes to universal health care and bringing up the taxes by a slight bit. So that way, when we go to the ER and whatnot, it doesn't cost us thousands of dollars to get a shot, a needle, but whatever. Also, to the Christians, when it comes to that big golden statue of Trump in Gaza in that AI video, I thought there was this really big story in that book of yours that kind of warns against that.
Yep. I just don't understand it. And for anyone to call themselves a Christian and you still support Donald Trump, hang up your cross or tuck it in or whatever the case may be, because there's no way that you can actually call this has to be the wildest point of view. There's no way that you can call yourself a Christian and still support Donald Trump. There's no way that you can call yourself a patriot and still support Donald Trump. There's no way that you can actually even call yourself someone who is not a grape apologist and support Donald Trump. You cannot call yourself someone who stands for law and order and support Donald Trump. You can't do any of those things. You have to openly admit that you're a traitor and you're a hateful person. That's the only way that you can still support Donald Trump. There's no redeemable qualities about Donald Trump, and there's nothing that any Trump supporter. Hector, I'm willing to listen. Are you willing to listen, Hector?
To them?
Yeah. Yes. I'm willing to listen. If there's 880 people hanging out right now. I am more than positive. Not all 880 people are quote unquote leftists. I'm positive there's some Trump supporters. So if there's a Trump supporter willing to get in the box and just tell me what redeemable qualities does Donald Trump have? Why should anyone still support Donald Trump? Give me one reason, just one good reason. Like one good reason. I'm willing to listen. Are you willing to listen, Hector?
Yeah, I'll hear them out. Listen, I started off doing this in September of last year. I went to and fro and far and wide. And as I looked for reasons to vote for Donald Trump before November, and every single day I was disappointed. So maybe I haven't run into the right person with the right information yet, which says a lot about Trump supporters and myself. Yeah, give me a reason. Please give me a reason.
I'm open to it because it's not the economy, right? It's not the economy. You can't even be a capitalist. You can't even be a capitalist and say that you support Donald Trump. You know why? Hector, did you see that Donald Trump is specifically targeting companies now with his tariffs?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah. Specifically targeting companies with the tariffs and giving companies exemptions for his tariffs. So that's why Apple and Tim Apple, that's not his name, that's what Trump called him. Tim Apple from Apple was at the White House and giving, Donald Trump that gold-plated whatever piece of crap. But it's because they're literally giving exemptions directly to companies that are willing to line the pockets of the Trump administration and give money directly to the government. I know NVIDIA has actually made a commitment to give 15% of their revenue. And then there was another one as well. But like literally, it's all a scam. Donald Trump is the greatest scam artist in the history of the world.
That 1.34 trillion deficit that we're going to have at the end of this year. If you want to know where some of that money is going, you can just pay close attention to every single White House briefing and tour that we see, because for some reason, the White House just got a lot more gold.
It's gaudy. It's gaudy.
Like, it's really weird. It's actually weird. It doesn't even look good.
It is. It looks like a casino. The White House looks like a casino now. It looks like fucking Caesars. But MAGA, this is what you wanted. Someone said it's so cheap. Yes, that's because Trump is cheap and MAGA's cheap as well.
So that shit ain't gold.
Like, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
From China.
Also, Trump bankrupt multiple casinos. So it's fitting that he would make the White House look like a casino because he's bankrupting the country as well.
That part. Look no further than the White House lately, and then his new plan to make a $200 million ballroom. So we're cutting money for people who need it for ballrooms. The White House for big events is always relocated to other areas in DC. Many of them nearby to the White House. It's not far. It's not difficult. There is no reason to add this onto the White House whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild how they are actively wasting money while taking money from the people that actually need it. But Trump supporters, you guys voted for this. This is what you voted for. You voted for harm, right? All because you didn't want other people. I heard someone say the other day, why should other people be able to get food stamps and I don't get food stamps? You know how much of a selfish POS you have to be to say that other people shouldn't get food stamps because you don't get food stamps? What are we even doing?
And it's crazy because it's often something that's pushed on the left. The left just doesn't like people with money. And I always thought that was fascinating because never once have I looked at someone who has something that I didn't and got mad at them.
Exactly. Just a bunch of haters. Shelby, are you about to slur?
No, I'm not, actually.
You promise?
Yes, I promise.
You pinky promise?
I pinky promise. I'm not racist.
Put my pinky right here. You can't slur, okay?
Okay, I don't slur.
Okay. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Shelby, if you pinky promise now and you break that, a dog somewhere is just going to pass. And we love
I don't use slurs. I'm not a slur user.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Real quick, let me say this. Debbie's in the chat for just the Alpha, who sent a $10 YouTube super chat to say the only good thing that I could say about Trump being in office again is that he's genuinely sparked the second American Revolution. The problem is our country may end up even worse than if it was if Harris would have won. Yeah, I completely agree. Thank you for the corgi. I completely agree. Like there's a lot behind that. Most countries only last for about 250 years. And somebody look up where we are. Anywho, Shelby, so you support Donald Trump?
Correct.
All right, Shelby, you are welcoming all of us to a military state because you're good with Donald Trump taking over DC, the ICE raids, looking to put political opponents in jail. He's having dinner with dictators. He's even purging troops. Like, Shelby,
well,
what are we doing?
So ICE is important for our country because we need to keep out the drug dealers.
Rugs.
And the
Rugs.
Yes.
Also, are you a troll, Shelby? Because if you're a troll, I don't feel like playing.
No, I'm not.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you like about ICE, Shelby?
Because it keeps our country safe. They have their officers always on duty, making sure that the people who come here illegally stay out of our country. So it's not dangerous with criminals because the most people coming here are criminals that are.
When did ICE do the last substance bust?
I didn't check.
Also, you don't get to talk about like criminals. I've made a decision that I'm taking away certain talking points from Trump supporters because of the things that you support as a Trump supporter. So you don't get to actually talk about criminals.
Okay.
Next one.
Okay.
What else?
I don't know. I'm not too interested about ICE. I just think from what I've heard, it is a good organization.
So the last report that you'll see here is going to be from June 18th, and it references March. This was the last time we had the biggest bust of about, 44,000, I can't say, of the thing. Okay. The rest of these reports have been scooping up people who have lived here for 10, 20, 30 years and shipping them back to, some cases, countries that they didn't even come from. I don't think ICE is serving their actual purpose, and if they were, the country would be safer, but unfortunately it's not.
Okay. Well, I'll have to look into that more.
Shelby, why'd you vote for Donald Trump?
Because I feel like Trump has good policies.
What's some Trump policies?
He wants to advocate for. He said that because I have 2 sons. One is gay. One is he likes both. I don't know what that's called. He
bisexual.
Yeah. That.
Listen.
Whatever.
Shelby,
And wait,
where are you from?
I'm from Dakota.
Which one?
North.
Got it. Shelby, were you born and raised in quote unquote Dakota?
No, I was born in Georgia.
What part of Georgia?
South.
South Georgia. Where? Brunswick? Valdosta? Where?
Yeah.
Where?
I'm not trying to dox myself right now. So
You're not gonna dox yourself. You don't live there anymore. You lived in Dakota, remember? You
yeah,
gotta
but
remember where you are.
My family is still at risk because they still live there.
Sure. Cool. Hey, so you're from South Georgia, right?
Yes.
What's the largest outdoor cocktail party?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember? Cool. You're a liar.
I'm not.
You're absolutely a liar. 1, your accent isn't good. 2, you're not a good troll. 3, if you were from quote unquote South Georgia, you would actually know, or you would be able to say where you're from. Who gives a shit about Valdosta or Brunswick or any of that? Anyway, and also, I don't remember what number I'm on, but if you don't know what the largest outdoor cocktail party is, there's no way in the blue moon you're from Georgia. I don't care what you say. So, Shelby, cut the shit. If you came up here to troll, you can just leave, or you can be genuine.
Okay, well, I just put on this accent because I don't like to tell people which state I'm from because I don't think it's safe.
The fuck does an accent have to do with a state?
Are you really a Trump supporter? Yes or no? That's what I'm trying to get to the crux of, because if you're not, then I would like to move on. I don't want to waste my time talking to someone that's not a Trump supporter.
I do support Trump, but I guess
you vote for him?
Yes.
Where?
I don't want to say.
How can I trust that you're telling the truth about anything, Shelby?
You know what? If you don't trust me to debate you, then I will just go. Have a good day.
Hey, Shelby.
Okay, well, 1, hold on. You can leave it. I was about to say you can leave if you want to, but 2, I just want someone that's actually genuine.
Why do you guys think that? First off, if that's not your actual name, that's not even your actual picture, why do you think that saying the state that you live in is just going to expose you?
She was a troll and she wasn't a good one. See, that's the thing about me, Hector. Like, I can sniff out a troll. Like, I'm really good at sniffing out trolls. But like, even more so, I'm really good at dragging people in deep water and making them swim. And she couldn't swim.
Not at all. Let me take off Umar here.
With that being said, if you are actually a Trump supporter, someone who actually supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We are looking for some debates, and I promise you, listen. Elmore, you said that I'm back. What up, facts? Elmore said that I'm back. Get back in the box, Elmore. Get back up here. Get back up here. You can finish your conversation with Hector. Guys, if you look up at the top and you see there's 1.3 of us hanging out here. If you look up at the top and you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. This is the main account now. This is the main account. Go ahead and hit that follow button. If you are not following, go ahead and hit that follow button. Also, guys, make sure that you're taking care of Hector. Hector's hanging out here with us. And if you like to support the live, you can do so at Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. If you're over on YouTube, YouTube is popping off. I fucking love YouTube. YouTube is popping off. Make sure you hit that follow button and you can donate with a YouTube super chat. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. With that being said, Elmore, you're back. Did you use this time away where you were actually Thanos to learn more about the Steele dossier?
No, sir. I had a
course you
little
didn't.
hustle come up, so I had to handle some.
You had a hustle?
Yes, sir.
What type of hustle you had?
Just some work. I don't want to talk about it, but I had to take my call.
Something about Trump supporters and criminal activities.
I know. Hold on for a second. Is it Speakly?
Yeah.
Speakly? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah. I kind of regret my vote. I wish I would have voted for Harris because I'm a retarded faggot. That's why I wish I would have voted for her because I'm a faggot retard.
You know what's funny? Like, you come up here and you immediately try to do the things, right? First and foremost, fuck you. Right? The one thing that I'll say is for people who think that them getting their slurs off is somehow empowering, you're a bitch. Because you wouldn't do that in public. You wouldn't do that when someone could actually, rearrange all of this. It's so wild to me how people are so tough on the internet. And then you do it under the cover of someone else's PFP, right? Whether it's a random picture or if it's just someone else that you don't do. You're such a tough guy. Did it make you feel brave and bold after you slurred?
And
check this out. In your mom's basement.
Check this out, you slurring fuck. This is a little trick that I've learned recently. TikTok, we have decided to remove the individual who came up and used words that goes against your terms of service and your guidelines. This is not the guest or any other host co-sponsoring this language. We have taken adequate action to ensure that that person is dealt with, and the rest is up to you. Bam. You're the only one who's going to get flagged at this point. So you really just wanted to do that for shits and giggles, which says a lot about your poor, dark soul. If you have one, which you don't.
With that being said, chat, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 250,000 likes. Let's also, can we knock out the donuts? There's 1.1 of us hanging out here. Can we knock out the donuts? Can we knock those out, please? Let's knock out the donuts. Let's protect the live. Let's do all the wonderful things. So protect the live. Also, take care of Hector while he's up here. Elmore, so you didn't use your time wisely. Why did you come back?
I hate what happened when I had to take my call. Y'all, I couldn't get back to your because I didn't follow you. I couldn't get back to you, so I kept scrolling until I popped back on you. And so that's the only reason it took me so long to get back to you after I handled my business. But I was looking for you. I've been scrolling looking. Anyways,
you couldn't remember Santana? That's crazy.
What was I going to say? Hector, I can't remember where we stopped at. I guess that was about 10, 15.
Oh, I do. So where we last stopped off at is you citing the Steele dossier, as you couldn't even tell me what it was about and how Trump's administration was very much involved in it. But you use that to say that this was the one of the biggest lies that led to the 2021 insurrection on January 6th, which there's so many things wrong with that sentence, but I'm just recapping what happened.
God, appreciate you, Mr. Heck. Yeah, I really, since I didn't use my time wisely, as the host stated, I can't really comment back on that.
Can you give me another lie? Give me another one.
I didn't even think. I mean, y'all talk a little bit while I think of something here. There's so much been going on.
He said, Tana, you want to go word for word, bar for bar on lies that Donald Trump has told. I think this will be fun.
Sure. Fuck it. Let's go ban for ban.
All right, cool. Let's start with today. Washington, D.C. is extremely violent, and you can't walk the street to get a newspaper anymore because the violent crime has gotten so high.
That was definitely a good one. And I caught that one as well. I want to actually take it back because there's one that I really still think about to this day. It's still kind of fucking with my mental. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, talking about in Springfield, Ohio, where their Haitian migrants were actually eating cats and dogs. And he used that to actually weaponize the people within Springfield, Ohio, and drum up the hateful rhetoric within his base.
That's a great one. That's a great one. I have another one from today because unfortunately I sat down and listened to his little briefing and I fact checked 15 minutes of it, which was a mistake. But the Nord Stream 2 pipeline in Russia that Trump stopped allegedly, that was a pretty big lie considering that 90% of it was done under his administration. And by the time Biden got in, he literally couldn't do anything to stop it. But according to him, he stopped it when no one else was talking.
Okay, cool. See, I'm more of a throwback guy myself, and I appreciate what he talked about today, but I like to go back to all of the big, wonderful lies. And my lie that I enjoy the most is when Donald Trump sat in the White House and took a fucking Sharpie and redrew the map as far as where the hurricanes were going to hit the Gulf and actually said, oh, this is the path of the hurricanes. That was one of my favorite lies.
That's pretty crazy. In the spirit of throwing back, I can absolutely give you an oldie and a goldie. Donald Trump and his consistent, regular lies long after 83 courts, 83 judges, 63 courts at least, 17 to 18 of which were Trump appointed, determined that the election was not stolen and there was no sufficient enough fraud to push it in his favor. That's a pretty crazy one.
Okay. Well, if you're going to throw it back like that, if you're gonna throw it back like that, then I'm gonna actually pull it forward, and I'm gonna talk about a more recent lie of Donald Trump. Now, listen, he's been getting those lies off more and more. But the lie that he told very recently was the fact that the actual quote unquote tariffs generated revenue. It didn't. It was literally the tax of the American people. So yes, there was quote unquote revenue that was generated from tariffs, but it had nothing to do with those other countries. He literally today talked about how the actual bringing in of billions, and then he said trillions, which fucking blew my mind. He said trillions of dollars and tariff revenue is powering the country. No, it's just money out of our pockets. We're losing money.
More and more by the day. But in the spirit of tariffs, there were several lies that he liked to tell. According to Donald Trump, apparently every single trade deal we had with every other country, we were the ones paying. They were the ones who put tariffs on us. Well, we didn't put tariffs on them, even though countries like Indonesia, we all had an agreed 5% tariffs. And now any good that we're having from that area is going to start off at 37% until they negotiated down to 19. So I found that to be fascinating.
Yeah, no, listen, I absolutely love that premise behind tariffs and the actual cost and how that's actually impacting. Now, I know for a fact that the Trump supporters prior to the actual election, they didn't know what a tariff was, but Donald Trump said that he was going to actually tariff. Now, the one thing that he also said when talking about before the election, he told this big, massive lie that, hey, wars, I'm going to stop them. Day one, specifically Ukraine, Russia, we're going to stop that within 24 hours of me getting elected. Hey, it's been over 200 days and Donald Trump is just going to Russia. He's supposed to be meeting in Alaska. He's going to Russia to meet with Putin to try to get a peace agreement. That's one of my favorite lies.
It just keeps getting better and better. So
while we can keep going band for band, but have you figured out one lie yet?
I feel like we gave you several minutes.
I'm just listening. I can't debate with y'all boys today. I'm just listening. I can't think of a lie right now.
Okay, I'll give you just a few more minutes because I got a couple of thank yous to read. Elmore, when we come back, I need something. W's in the chat for Judea. Judea sent a $5 donation to say gold-plated White House is ridiculous. Yeah. It's absolute. It looks like a tacky casino. It's weird and it's tacky. W's in the chat for what is this? Untamed, who sent a $5 YouTube super chat to say, tell Hector to promote his YouTube page. He's bad at doing that. Thanks in advance for helping a brother out. Listen, I don't understand how in the blue moon Hector can be bad with advertising his YouTube page when he's good at advertising other people's YouTube page. What the fuck are we doing, Hector?
That's crazy. So to be fair, I'd be forgetting. But yes, I do have a YouTube. The only thing I have to work on is streaming the lives that I do on TikTok onto there as well. We're working on that. But yeah, I have a YouTube, 540 subs. Would love to get that up to 1,000 as fast as possible. So it's the same name.
It's the same name. This mother. It's the same. It's the same name on there. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Hector Talks with 2 R's. If you find me on any other platform with that username, that's the ones I have. If you don't find me, I'm not on that platform. And all the links are easily accessible in the link in the link tree in my bio on the TikTok. So.
All right. W's in the chat for Shay, who sent a $5 YouTube super chat to say, us YouTube chatters want to know the indigenous person's age, if possible. Elmore, how old are you? Elmore, they want to know how old you are.
Oh, y'all there? I'm the big 4-0.
Ain't no way in fuck you 40.
Yep, the big 4-0.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Elmore, you ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig. How old are you for real?
Elmore, it's okay to be 67.
It is. Elmore, come on now.
I was on mute. What do you mean? I'm an 84 baby.
You a fucking lying, Elmore. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Elmore, I'm 38. If you're 40, have you had a hard life?
Real hard.
I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice and in your spirit. Hold on for a second. W's in the chat for Damo, who sent a $5 donation to say, one of my favorite Trump's greatest hits was labeling the pandemic the quote unquote Kung flu while telling his cult to not vax as he vaxxed. Yeah, that one was wild. That was absolutely wild. W's in the chat. Also, W's in the chat for Michael, who sent a $5 YouTube, a $5 donation say, my tariff to the penguins. Yeah. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. Guys, thank you for all the donations. Hector, do you have any you have to read off?
Sir, no, sir.
Okay, guys, take care of Hector. Guys, thank you for all the donations. W's in the chat for all the donators. Guys, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. You can support over on YouTube and send a YouTube super chat. Also, guys, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. This is the main account. Make sure you hit that follow button. Elmore, we have given you so much time now, right? Hector and I went band for band on Donald Trump lies. I read out donations. We went through some shits and giggles. You lied about your age. I still think that. Like, tell us one lie that the Democratic Party told about Donald Trump.
One lie. Well, I like I told you, I can't think of one. I even Googled just now. I couldn't find a lie.
You used the Google machine and you couldn't find it?
I couldn't find one lie.
Elmore, okay. All right. That's crazy that you went to, you know what? Low key, respect for you for actually trying to find one. I'm gonna give you a single rose for that. I'm gonna give you 1 rose because respect to you for actually going to find something. But I think this is all great evidence to go to show that the propaganda, that the tit for tat that candidates use against each other that you don't like so much, you fell for it. You only had one alleged lie, and that was what led you to the polls to vote for Donald Trump in 2024, and maybe even 2020, 2016. I don't even know. And it was BS.
Also, I want to talk about something that you were actually propagandized into, because I heard you earlier trying to get your hateful rhetoric off on transgender people. But hey, question for you, Elmore. How much of the population is the transgender community?
It's a very small percentage. I couldn't tell you.
Take a guess. Ballpark it for me.
No, way less than 1%. Might
exactly.
Be like half something.
Yeah, less than 1%.
0.2, some crazy small number. But here's my thing.
Wait, hold on. I got a point with that. Hold on. I got a point with that.
I didn't like it in the school for children.
I hear you.
Not adults. Adults
not
children.
Listen, you're talking about people that dress, men that dress in drag. That's not the same thing as being transgender. So you're conflating the two. But even more so, I still have a point to make. So with that being said, less than 1% of the U.S. population. Do you know how much Donald Trump's campaign spent on transgender misinformation in ads?
I'm pretty sure a lot of money, right?
Take another ball
not.
guess.
Here's my thing.
No, Elmore, I need you to actually lock in for me and answer the question.
Anything against anybody's children.
Yeah, I hear. No, you're not. You have to stop saying that because they haven't released the fucking files. Elmore, I told you there's certain things that you can't say anymore because your party is actually perpetuating those things, and you can't talk about protecting kids while at the same time supporting a party that is filled with PDF files who refuse to actually release the Epstein list. You don't get to say that anymore, Elmore. You don't. Let that one go.
I'm independent. I never said I was Republican.
You voted for and still support Donald Jimothy Trump today.
I voted for Obama the first time.
Can we not tokenize Obama? Elmore, check this out. How do you feel about the $200 million ball rule?
Wait, no. I need to finish my point. Elmore, ballpark it for me. How much do you think the Donald Trump administration or his campaign spent on misinformation and disinformation around the transgender community?
I don't know. I was so disgusted with the last.
I hear you. Take a guess as far as the number, Elmore.
Let's say $500 million.
Holy shit.
Damn.
That would be even worse.
Yes.
No, wow. You took the sting out of what I was going to say. No, $215 million. $215 million on less than 1% of the population. You don't, like, that's a huge problem, Elmore. You've been propagandized. They use this. So just like Hector pointed out the fact that you were lied to, and I pointed out that you haven't really fact-checked anything. You were also propagandized to target people that really have no impact on not only your life, but they don't really have a say-so because they're such a small portion of the actual country. Like, they're a marginalized community.
We can agree to disagree on that.
You keep saying that, but that's not how that works.
Hear what I'm saying. No. If it
Real quick, I was going into Santana's point, the $215 million that were spent on anti-LGBTQ ads, he could have literally used for this stupid ballroom of his.
Literally.
With $15 million to spare. So he doesn't sound very efficient, doesn't sound very fiscally responsible. Carry on, Elmore.
Oh boy, I see what kind of folks I'm up against here.
Yes, intelligent ones.
What kind of folks is that? What kind of folks is that, Elmore? Tell me.
You seem highly calibrated in very particular areas. You do from your voice, and you seem very calibrated. So I'm gonna give you that. And you know,
are you admitting that you're uncalibrated?
Oh no, you seem calibrated in your particular way. So you study certain things, I study certain things.
My particular way is American politics, which I would argue is yours, allegedly.
No. No. We all are kind of forced into politics, but I don't specialize in it. But you know, if you're here living, you do something.
Wait, so if you don't specialize in it, then why are you so adamant about your point of views, like the actual things that you're saying? Right? Why are you so emphatic about it if you don't really know what
how can I say it?
On?
I'm like the new group of people that just supposed to get in. I'm like the Amish and the Mennonites. It's like I'm trying to stay in my lane and mind my business, but stuff is just being thrust upon me, and you got to.
What's being thrust upon you, Elmo?
This life, everything you got to deal with.
Wait, so are you saying that life is happening to you?
This is what the politics, like the life of politics. They push it on you. I don't care whether you're in church, the military, school, I don't care where you are.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what happens, right? Elmore. I mean, like, politics affect our everyday living and being, right? I mean, like, that's why we get the right to vote, because the political people that we put in place, we give them power. W's in the chat for Carol for the sub. The people that we give power actually make decisions for us. You understand that, right?
Right. So, but I work. I do other things. Like, I'm more mechanical. I'm not a lawyer. I worked on farms here in South Carolina. Went in the military, operated equipment, cranes. So I'm more of a mechanical person. But now I gotta stop what I'm doing and pay politics attention because it's affecting my way of life. I mean, you just can't even enjoy life no more. Politics.
You should. I think you're looking at this all wrong.
It's like I gotta come off the farm and go up there to DC and help straighten up things.
I think you're looking at this wrong, Elmore. I think you should be looking at it as a positive. I think you should be thankful in it as a privilege to be able to view our politics and vote on behalf of your own interests in the fields that you work in. Also, thank you, Chaos, to the 5 on the Green app. I'm not reading out your message. You ain't shit.
Also, W's in the chat for E sent a $2 donation saying, "Black don't crack unless you support Trump. Men age like spoiled milk in the Arizona sun. Man ages like spoiled milk in the Arizona summer. You absolutely do." Listen, so Elmore, you just said something that was super interesting to me, right? You said that you had to come off the farms in order to get more involved with politics. Elmore, what is Donald Trump and this Trump administration and Republicans as a whole?
Not literal, and politics as a whole. I
thought you were actually working on a farm. I was about to say, what did he do to the farmers?
Yeah, but listen at me. Hear what I'm saying. Like, hear how bad politics is. Like I say, I'm considered, I guess, what you call a blue collar guy. Like, I got my CDL, I can drive trucks, but because of so many hands in the cookie jar, now you can't be it's hard to be an owner operator, even here in the South where it's cheap to get going because of the policies. And that's where the Democrats lost at. Now, I'm not looking for a lie.
That's not true.
I can't find it. Is, the restrictions, what they've done. You cannot make money.
It's because your feelings, the fifis in your tum tum. It's literally because of the fifis in your tum tum. More small businesses were started under the Biden-Harris administration than any other past presidency. Literally, they gave a pathway to entrepreneurship. Literally,
I didn't get none of it.
Yeah, because so you are sitting here saying I didn't get none of it. Then it didn't happen. It blows my mind how selfish Republicans are. If it's not you directly, then it doesn't matter. If it doesn't directly affect you, then it doesn't matter. If it's not something that you're directly getting, it doesn't matter. It's wild.
Thank you, Felicia, for the 5 for my therapy. I appreciate you.
I mean, it passed over me, so I didn't.
Just because you didn't get it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. That's my point.
Well, I got to take your word on that.
Or you can go look it up, right? I mean, you can use your Googles, your DuckDuckGo, whatever one you actually decide to look it up. Like, you can look it up and verify. But the thing that I'm trying to say is, it's all about the fifis in your tum tum. You don't have any actual information. You didn't have anything when it came to what Trump did. You literally are just going off vibes. And that's weird. As a grown man, you are voting based off of vibes.
What are you talking about?
Santana, do I have permission to make this racial?
Yeah, you do. Give me 1 second, though. Oh, they're gone. All right, go ahead.
You're a black man, correct, Elmore?
No.
Yeah, we've already done this. You're not fucking indigenous. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Hector.
Yo, wait. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going back there. I'm asking this question genuinely, so please bear with me. But we have been voting Democrat for a long period of time. We understand that the Democratic Party isn't perfect. It's just the only option we have in the face of fascism and a racist party, especially more so as of late. So why did you ignore the 92% of black women, the 78% of black men who understood the assignment? Where was your deciphering? Where was your intelligence with your vote when it comes to your betterment and the community?
I've gone to some of our leaders here in South Carolina.
Who? Be specific. Name names.
I've contacted Clyburn, Bamberg, Sellers, a few, local politicians.
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked for the right things or what we could do, it's just, how can I say it? Their hands are tied. Even with the Democratic Party, their hands are tied. I mean, this thing, because now, Santana, you said you're from South Carolina as well. And here's how I look at it. if we go back from the slave ship to now, we're here in South Carolina, and this traveling the country, not global traveling, but what I've realized and things I pay attention to. And so I say, when they want to use these speeches to keep us with Dr. King dreaming after 50 years, no reparations, like how can you be there? You allowed, and one of the big things.
You voted for the party that voted with
you gonna let me talk, Mr. Santana?
The Klan voted with you. You can't be pro-black. You don't care about your people. You voted with the Klan, literally.
Well, wasn't Robert Byrd a Klan and wasn't he a Democrat?
Who gives a shit about the whataboutism with Robert Byrd? Yes, he was a Klan's member. He was a part of the Klan when he was younger. After he actually became a little bit older, he spent the rest of his life making up for his hateful bigotry and rhetoric. What does that have to do with you casting your vote in 2024 alongside the Triple K? I don't understand what Robert Byrd has to do with you voting beside the Triple K today.
They're on both sides. They're on both sides.
Okay, what does that have to do?
But they're hidden.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? You can try to talk about, the Klan being on both sides or whatever. I am fucking willing to bet every cent that I have that not one Triple K member voted for Kamala Harris. I can bet that. You willing to take that bet? You think the Triple K voted for Kamala Debbie Harris?
But here's what I'm getting back to.
Wait. No. Answer that question. Answer that question because answer that question. Answer that question because I'll give you. Hold on. Elmore, I will give you that. Yes, there are racist people on both sides, Democratic, Republic, whatever. How many Triple K members do you think voted for Kamala Debbie Harris?
I would assume none. But now
if they didn't vote for Kamala, then who did they vote for, Elmore?
They voted for Trump or nobody.
Exactly.
Now, back to the deal, back to our Democratic people, and what I've noticed and realized. When you talk to them, and that's why I say it doesn't matter, everything's infiltrated, their hands are tied. When you're in a state and you've been here your whole life, and immigrants can take over all the gas stations, the hotel, the motel, anything with cash flow. Okay. Go study it. Both of you brothers are okay. Hector, go study that. When you allow people to take over, just listen, just listen, and then study it.
Let him finish demonstrating what he knows, Hector. Go ahead.
All right. When you allow, because it all boils down to money when you're trying to better yourself. We living in a materialistic world, so you got to have money. So when you allow the immigrants, anybody else that can be considered a minority to take what's supposed to be for us, and it happens over and over, the past, let's say this 50 years, and you go to your leaders and you ask very particular and specific questions.
You gotta wrap this shit up, B.
Right. How can we fix things? How can we fix things in our community if we letting every other group of people come here take all the cash flow? And just search things with cash flow. And when you allow other people to take it, you can never fix yourself. So when you go to your leaders and you ask them that, their hands are tied, they won't mention anything. And they say, well, everybody got the right to have the opportunity. You're like, no, you got to take care of your people at some point and then move on. And you got people that bought up everything. Now they're renting it back to us. We've been here forever. We've never left South Carolina. And you've got people that's now buying our neighborhood because they control the cash flow the past 50 years. They buying our communities and then renting it back to us. It's foolishness. And when you go to these leaders and ask them very particular and specific things, what are you going to do so your people don't rent forever? And so they can have some power in their community, because if you don't control the cash, you don't control nothing. So when he's like, how can you...
Elmore, you are rambling. Wrap this shit up, B.
What I'm getting at, when I go to those leaders, like I mentioned, they have no answer. And their hands are tied. They're not allowed to do anything. And that's why they let everybody take everything in our community. So
their hands are not tied in regards to migrants. That was a crazy scapegoat you just tried to throw out there. But I want to go back to
not the migrants, the people that run stuff.
I want to go back to Clyburn. Here. First and foremost, I just think it's hysterical over the past couple of weeks specifically, but definitely months to years, when people complain about their officials' hands being tied as they don't vote for them, as they don't help, in part, fund the missions and things that they want to do. It's just kind of crazy to me how they're just supposed to develop all these imaginary powers when you're in a state that's currently red, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, South Carolina is red. Democrats would be the minority in the political process in that state. So yes, their hands are tied. Our federal Congress, their hands are tied.
Yep.
We effectively crippled the Democratic Party, even in blue states, and then we're complaining that they're not doing enough. Doesn't make any sense to me.
None. And even more than that, like to Hector's point, South Carolina has been a red state for I don't know how long. So I'm a little bit confused as far as Elmore. What do you expect them to be able to do if they have no actual political power when people have been voting for fucking Strom Thurmond in South Carolina forever? And Lindsey Graham continues to hold power forever in South Carolina. Fucking Tim Scott has not stopped tap dancing since the day that he showed up. Literally, the Republican Party runs every aspect of South Carolina, but for some reason you're upset at the Democratic Party because the Republican Party is screwing us over. I'm confused. How
can I say it?
Say it smartly.
When you can all go, you see how they kept us on that bandwagon. Well, you said you 38, so maybe we only.
You said that you're 40, so are you not 40 or are you lying?
I'll be 41 December. Listen at me. This is your how I want to say it. Boy, about your 5th to 10th time calling me a liar, and I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep calling you. It's just you sound old as crap, B.
All right.
I'm sorry. You just sound old.
So what I'm getting at, I was raised by my elders, right? So,
you know what? I understand that, Elmore. I'm 27 years old. A lot of people think I'm older than that because of hairline issues and otherwise. And you know, life just tries you. Life just tries you. I'm just confused because you voted for more.
No, there's nothing to be confused about.
Elmore, what's a pivot table?
Repeat the question.
Elmore, what's a pivot table?
A pivot table.
Mm-hmm.
Is you talking about something in carpentry, some mechanical device, or pivot table? Right.
What's your favorite James Brown song?
Oh, my James Brown. Here's a few of my like.
Just name
It's
one.
A Man's World. I like that.
Okay, cool. There's no way you're 40. You don't know what a pivot table is, but you can rattle off James Brown songs. There's no way that you're 40. I'm sorry, keep going.
My elders raised me.
Sure.
Yeah, my old man, he was born in the 40s, so he was 30 something when he had me. Yeah. But long story short, what I'm getting at is when your leaders can put their energy in a particular place and keep it there, you can have results. And you can have things you don't imagine. Like we wanted Obama, we got him in there, right? I voted from him. Matter of fact, I took a day off. I was working overseas in Kuwait.
South Carolina did nothing to help elect Barack Hussein Obama. I voted for Obama as well. And South Carolina did nothing to help. Anyway, go ahead.
I said I went to the embassy. I was working overseas. And I went to the embassy and I cast my vote.
Your vote still had to go to. It still had to go to South Carolina because that's where you were registered.
I understand that process, but as far as me doing my patriotic duty, I did that. And I'm saying I took time off. I was making good money contracting for the government, and I went to the embassy and cast my vote. When people in office, and this we can agree to disagree, and this is why we're not moving forward as a people.
We're not moving forward as a people because you voted for harm. You voted for a 34 count felon that is an adjudicated rapist that has 26 credible counts of SA, who is a racist, a fascist, a sexist. We aren't going anywhere as a people because you voted for someone who hates us as a people, whether we talk about Black people, whether we talk about minorities, period, or even if we talk about United States citizens, Americans. He hates Americans. You voted for someone that hates all of us. That's why we're not moving forward as a people. It's because of you.
So you telling me somebody that hated America got back in the White House?
Yes.
Lord, that's
yes. literally, yes.
You think that's funny?
Yeah.
Why are you
It's
surprised?
funny. I mean that's hard to believe for one, and it's more we're night and day from now that you say that, right?
Okay,
So
make it simple for me. Make it simple for me. Give me an
I
example that Donald Trump has shown.
I can't. I won't
What do you
even
mean
waste
you
my
can't?
breath.
Hold on.
It's all about the fifis
listen
in
to
his
y'all
tum
talk.
tum.
If you think Donald Trump loves America, give me an example.
One, securing the border
How did he secure the border?
with the military.
No, he didn't. Yes, he deployed the military to the southern border, but that didn't have the impact as far as slowing down any type of migration into the southern border. You know what actually slowed migration? Elmore?
You gonna
No, you don't. I'll go ahead and tell you. It's the
Yeah.
same thing that actually slowed tourism. It's the fact that now the United States of America is on a human rights watch list. It's the fact that other countries are saying, hey, don't travel to the US. It's the fact that Donald Trump, this administration, are putting people in concentration camps, violating their actual rights. Donald Trump has made the United States of America an unsafe place, and you're a part of that.
And the other disregard of what immigration has done for this country positively in terms of revenue and innovation, everything is that has to be the most anti-American thing I've ever heard. This is a country of immigrants. It's great because of immigrants.
The Constitution was written by immigrants.
Thank you. So anyone who reduces that to Trump having people on the border scaring people is, I don't know, man. I don't know. You sound anti-American. I would label you a terrorist.
Let me read these two off real quick. W's in the chat for Phil. Phil sent a $2 donation. Can you ask the guest if a harmful answer is better or worse than a non-answer? What do you think, Elmore? Is a harmful answer better or worse than a non-answer?
It may be worse depending on the topic. Depending on, I mean, is it for audience? One-on-one? It just depends. But I would say a harmful answer probably is worse, I would think.
Yeah, it is. W's in the chat for Cabin Man, who sent a $4.99 YouTube super chat to say, help, I live and work in DC. This Fed takeover is scary shit. Listen, 1, stay safe. 2, protect yourself. 3, it's absolutely insane. It's wild stuff, and I get it. And that's why I keep saying that, yes, Donald Trump is trying to turn this into a military state. W's in the chat, though. Thank you for that donation, guys. If you'd like to support the live, you can do so at Santana Speaks for You. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Also, if you're over on YouTube, you can send a YouTube super chat, and it will I will read your message out. Also, guys, again, take care of Hector. He's right here. I know you're a little bit confused, but take care of Hector. Last but not least, guys, if you look up at the top and you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. This is the main account now. This is the main account. Make sure you hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. Turn on your notifications. Also, if you see a gray heart, that means you haven't sent your daily heart to me. Go ahead and send it. It's only 1 coin. It'll boost the live. It'll push us out to the FYP. All right. And if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. Get in the box if you're a Trump supporter. I see there's some people requesting, but we're not talking to friendlies. We're only looking for Trump supporters. Please, please, please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're not looking to speak to friendlies. We're only looking for some debates.
Thank you, Bernie.
Elmore.
Yeah.
Can you give me one thing that Donald Trump is actually doing that benefits the majority of Americans that would still get you to support, or would convince us to even consider supporting him? Just one thing.
I think all his policies. One.
Okay, just name one. Listen, wait, Elmore. Elmore, wait. I need you to be specific because I need you to hear. No, Elmore, I need you to be specific and I need you to hear what I'm saying. Name something that he's doing that's overwhelmingly benefiting the majority of Americans. So it has to be beneficial and it has to be for most people. Go.
I think the External Revenue Service is a great idea.
Huh? The what?
Yeah, the hell with the Internal Revenue Service. I like the External Revenue Service.
What?
And I think long term, if he's in there for 2028 beyond, and if we can get away with Internal Revenue Service and you know you can keep
I'm sorry. What the hell is that?
Innovative.
What the hell is the External Revenue Service?
It's a crackpot idea that Donald Trump talked about prior to him being elected, where he would eliminate the IRS and create the External Revenue, whatever. Basically, yeah, exactly. Basically, to collect tariffs. Like that was his point. Like it's stupid.
I thought he was joking.
No, it's a thing. It's a thing. W's in the chat for Rad. Rad sent a $5 donation saying 1930 Germans blamed Jewish people for the economy and put them into camps to protect the country. Trump is villainizing immigrants the same way right now. Listen, I've literally said that the parallels between 1930s Germany and now are astounding. They're absolutely astounding. And yes, like all the things that, whether we talk about the rhetoric that Trump is using as far as calling them vermin and saying they're poisoning the blood of America, whether it's the concentration camps that are being built throughout the United States of America, whether it's him targeting the transgender community, because again, that's the same that the Nazis did. They targeted the transgender community. Listen, Donald Trump is stealing Hitler's flow, bar for bar, literally bar for bar. That's exactly what, yes, banning books, all this other stuff. He's stealing Hitler's flow, bar for bar. He read it from Mein Kampf. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for that YouTube super chat. Again, if you like to support live, you can do so. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. You can send a YouTube super chat. Elmore, do you have anything?
No, sir. I'm just listening now. I'm gonna sit back and listen at your page. It's just my first day on it, you know. But appreciate you letting me talk. So I'm just
Santana. I'm of the firm belief. That if a candidate says something so asinine, so stupid, so off the wall, that sole thing should be used to disqualify them from being president. Like the ERS is, I'm reading on this now. This is news to me. This is back out since April. This is insane.
You didn't hear him when he was talking about it before?
I did not.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
There's that.
Elmore, please, don't do this to yourself no more. There's no defense for Trump. None. And I challenge anyone in the comments, because I know you're there, to give me one. There is no defense.
There's none.
For Donald Trump. None. I've been looking. Trust me. Santana been looking. We've all been looking. This is ridiculous.
Elmore, you got anything?
I mean, y'all picking apart everything I tell you. So, like Hector, he's reading up on the External Revenue Service. I think I gave you one solid thing. I gave it to you.
Wait. So if we're picking apart the things that you're saying,
you asked for it and I gave it to you.
Wait, no. Listen for a second. If we're picking apart the things that you're saying, does that mean that the things that you're saying is nonsensical?
In your world.
So if we can easily disprove the stuff that you're saying, then it's only nonsensical in our world, but not in your world.
Now you're not talking about the External Revenue Service now.
I'm talking about period. You keep talking about us picking apart this different stuff that you're saying, but if we can pick it apart.
No. Let's get on the same mind, right? You told me to name one thing and I did. Now Hector has to go get educated on it. You knew about it. Hector didn't. Just
what does that have to do with anything? It's still a horrible idea.
See, the point is, you said, "Hey, name one thing that would be beneficial for all of America."
But he's not even doing that. He talked about that prior to the election and hasn't done anything. So
he's working on it.
No, he's not. He hasn't mentioned that again since he got elected. I keep up with Jimothy every single day. He's not. He hasn't mentioned that at all again.
I don't know if it was an old TikTok ad, but I saw him talking on it maybe Thursday, Friday.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes.
You absolutely did not. and wants to add on to things that he
study on it. So why don't you be quiet on that? Don't call me
so I'm certain there's things that I missed.
Listen,
I'm certain there's things that I missed.
Hold on one second. Is this LES? LES, listen, I'm sending you a request to get in the box and I'm muting you. Like, no one cares about you, quote unquote, won if you're not going to get in the box and say it with your chest. So get in the box or you don't get a voice. Anyway, Hector, finish. I'm not going to say it. Go ahead.
Well, I was unaware of this until today. I can definitely tell you in recent times, and it's confirmed by the last time he spoke on this, which I just read, was April. He definitely didn't say anything within the last couple of days. Not to mention, it wouldn't matter if he did. You know what I'm still waiting on from his campaign promises? That I believe his administration came out and made a statement that I may have to make a pause. Remember when he promised to have a government-funded IV to help women?
Going to say, well, remember when he said he was going to have a healthcare plan in 2 weeks? Anyway, go ahead.
I mean, that too. But yeah, we were supposed to use the government and force these companies and stuff to pay for women's ability to have children. I remember that being a very strong vocal point that was thrown at our faces. Yeah, this is going to fix a problem. This is good for all women, right? And I was like, yeah, sure, I agree with you if it was true. He hasn't done anything. In fact, they've been awfully quiet. Let me find the statement that they made. I believe it was fairly recent where they was like, we're not touching that.
And also, it's IVF. You said IV. I didn't catch that. Because
that's crazy. Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, W's in the chat for Joel Shy, who sent a $10 YouTube super chat to say, Santana, appreciate your work, bro. Can you speak on why SC is so red when NC is purplish? Is there a recipe to flip South Carolina? Gerrymandering, literally. People like Elmore. So the thing about North Carolina is that it's there's a lot of transplants in North Carolina. Specifically, there's a lot of transplants that come from New York because of the cost of living, and also because Charlotte is the number 2 financial institute, or somewhere around there. It used to be number 2 financial institute in the U.S. Right? So there's a lot of tech money, a lot of different things that occur in Charlotte, and also the other cities, whether you talk about Raleigh, Durham, Winsboro, all of those different places. And so you see a lot of people that actually move into North Carolina. And so since people have moved into North Carolina, they have become more progressive and they've pushed North Carolina ahead. And so that's why you see that purplish or whatever. But in contrast, nobody's really moving to South Carolina, right? Right. So that's the thing. And then you have old jigaboos like Elmore here who continue to actually tap dance for some reason and vote for the Republican Party and vote against our own well-being. And so, yeah, it's kind of a thing that occurs in South Carolina. And again, and I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of people in South Carolina who don't educate themselves when it comes to politics, and they know names and they stick to the names that they know. So they continue to vote for those names that they know because they know the names. That's what it is. Also, W's in the chat for cousin Jesse, who sent a $3 donation saying, Santana, listening to this goofy AWS boy Elmore is, to quote Kevin Hart, making my balls itch. We need the what's the MIB? I don't know what that is. The MIB
Men in Black.
Oh, Men in Black. Men in Black mind wipe after listening to him ramble. Yep, absolutely. W's in the chat, guys. Thank you so much, cousin Jesse. Guys, listen, if you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Or if you're over on YouTube, you can send a YouTube super chat. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. Yellen, or I'm sorry, I can't see what your username is.
Yilnats, just like Stanley Yilnats from Holes.
Yilnats, are you a Trump supporter?
Negative. No. Oh. I wanted to ask you a question, sir, about this this mismobilization of the military that is now being weaponized on blue states.
I appreciate you coming up, but unfortunately, we're not taking any questions. We're only looking for some debates. I appreciate you. Put the question in the chat. You can get it to one of my mods. They'll get it to me or whatever the case may be, but I appreciate you. Yeah.
I did find it here. It was towards the end of May. They said they were reviewing a report on how to make it happen. And then we had 2 White House officials come out and say that he has no plan whatsoever to do so. And a senior official saying that the president literally cannot do that to private companies.
Yep. All right, Elmore. I feel like, the dog has been walked as far as is willing to go. What do you think?
Oh yeah, but I'm about to get off of here. Was good debate, but like I said, we can agree to disagree. And
That's
you
not
folks
how that
take
works.
care.
That's literally not how that works.
This isn't an agreement to disagree, or it wasn't even a debate, mind you, because you didn't have anything substantial to contribute. This is just you standing on stupid. In fact, I'm going to make that a goddamn background. Why y'all like to stand on stupid?
Speaking of backgrounds.
Don't do this.
Y'all make sure y'all follow. For the people that were saying, what's Hector's YouTube? It's right here, Hector Talks. If you look at the top, it's Hector Talks. That's his YouTube. That's your YouTube, right?
Yes.
And Kamala would never.
Kamala would never, y'all. Kamala would never.
My wife was like, does Hector get mad at you for making fun of him? You should stop. I was like, no, he enjoys it, right? You're not sensitive, are you?
You got tough skin over here. It's all for fun and games. It's all for fun and games.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny because I've actually seen your dome. And anyway, no, you know what? We're gonna leave that alone.
Yeah. W's in the chat for Rad. Rad sent a $5 YouTube super chat to say right-leaning sources. The Hill released an opinion piece last week that Trump is undeniably mentally declining. We know that Biden was declining. Trump is woes. Listen, I don't like to necessarily speculate on anyone's cognitive state, right? But I will say that he's old, and obviously he is unable to actually keep up in many different aspects. So, we know these things, and for anyone to still try to defend that it's wild. We know what it is, and we know what it's about. So.
Yeah. Thank you, Anonymous, for the $5.55. Read this free book, The Authoritarians by Bob Altemeyer. These folks are built different. Okay, I'll have to take that suggestion. I appreciate that.
Yep. All right, Hector, I think I'm gonna call it because there's no one else in the box. There are a bunch of bitches. I just came on because I had a little bit of free time to squabble up. Hector, go live.
I gotta go. I gotta do the capitalism. Gotta do the capitalism. I will be live late tonight. We'll be doing a late night live, but yeah, we'll be a little bit later.
Is there another Hector Talks on YouTube? How do you spell it?
It's literally my username right here. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Hector Talks.
Hector. Thank you, Purdy. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna skedaddle. Is there anyone live? Is there anyone that we can raid? Is there anyone? I'm sure there's plenty of people live, but is there anyone worth rating? W's in the chat for Joel, who sent another $5 YouTube super chat to say, we all know Bryce Young is about to destroy the league. We fucking know he is. And ball out. And I'm also assured SC has a liberal pocket like Columbia and Charleston. Yeah, they do. And also they're so close to was Augusta? Augusta, because Augusta is kind of split between North Carolina and South Carolina and Georgia. So yeah, for sure. So there's definitely pockets.
Twin 1993 Twin, he's live. I see Liv's live. Laney's live. Let's see.
Let's raid Danny. I don't think that I've given Danny a raid. How about that? Let's raid Danny.
Also, guys, be sure to check out all my good things. I'm seeing a couple notifications come in, so thank you for the subscriptions on the YouTube. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, just you can check the link in the link tree in my bio. There's going to be the YouTube, the Instagram, other social media platforms. Also, the tip links for those of you who want to support me that way, and the shop, which I actually prefer because you guys can give me money to get something nice for yourself. We have a couple of different collections on there, so feel free to check it out.
Yeah. Also, guys, go check out my last video that I posted. I worked really hard on the video. I posted it yesterday. It's a It's an actual video of Sparring. It plays the whole song. We'll play the song here in just a second, but it plays the whole song. But we're gonna go raid Danny. It's the Danny Cook. The Danny Cook. Let's go raid Danny. We're gonna raid Danny. And so yeah, there's that. All right.
I've been saying Danny this whole time.
You've been saying who?
I've been saying Danny this whole time.
Danny? I thought it was Danny.
It probably is. I'm just saying I'm wrong as hell.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hector, I appreciate you coming up.
No problem, man. Catch you later.
Yeah, have a good one. All right, guys. Let's get out of here. Shall we? Shall we? Shall we?
You stepped in a box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in shame. One wrong word, he slapped out your name.
Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for being here. Last call out, if you're not following me, go ahead and hit the follow button. Hit the follow button. You have to make sure you hit the follow button. That way you can actually get back to me when I go live. I may or may not be live again later. I don't know. It just really depends. We're going to go raid Danny. We're going to go raid Danny, guys. Go raid Danny. Santana raid. Santana raid. Listen, I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the taps, the likes, the shares, the gifts. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being amazing.